I know, I love it.
All right, good afternoon. Can everybody hear me? Great. We have some new technology at play today, so if it goes sideways, it was Scott's fault. He set this whole thing up. I wanted nothing to do with new technology. Good afternoon. I'm Chief Rex Troche, for those of you who don't know me. On behalf of the men and women of the Sarasota Police Department, I would like to welcome you to this very special occasion. We are very excited to be swearing in 7 of our best and brightest. I'm sure most of you are here because your family members are friends with those people, and you would certainly agree. Before we get started, just a couple housekeeping tips. Restrooms are right outside this area here, and please feel free to take photos during this event. This is not the military, okay? General Schwarzkopf is not walking in the door. You can come up, take photos. You can jump in the corner just like Monica, take photos of the group. We're fine with it. We want this to be very festive, and we want people to enjoy themselves. Now let's get started. I am now proud to introduce to you our new officers. Michal Banasiak was our first officer that came in. Macy Clontz, Friedrich, Malak, Kaitlyn Marston, Maria Quinones, and Brian Slaughter. Let's give them another round of applause. I was going to tell you to be seated, but we're going to have Rabbi Shepard come up here and give an invocation. If you would, please, sir.
Ooh, this is fancy technology.
Just don't touch it.
Friends, it is good to be with you today. My name is Rabbi Michael Shepard. I'm honored to serve at Temple Emmanuel here in Sarasota. And I'm getting emotional looking at the 7 of you. Friends, I'm going to offer a prayer in the way of my people of the Jewish faith, but I want to invite you, as I pray, to take those words in, take your own time, your own way, to pray in the way that feels most appropriate to you. And if you're not a prayer, just take a deep breath with us. Yishaberach Avotenu V'Imotenu, the God and God of our ancestors, we ask that you watch over these upstanders as they enter the next stage of their journey and take on the task of serving in harm's way. We ask that you provide them with strength and resolve to stand with freedom, justice, and compassion applied to their sacred work. We pray that their skill and dedication are used in service to protect our lives, our homes, our businesses, our streets, and our memories. And please let it be with your grace. We pray that perseverance and strength will be with them as they stand their posts guarding our freedoms, that the way you walk in the world, friends, after this special moment today, is assuring us, the citizens of the world, of what is right and good. We pray for you who will put the safety of society and the stranger above your own. God, we ask that you help these new officers to shine like their badges and to shine that light into the dark corners. Please, God, may they be safe and sound, whole of body and spirit, as they serve to protect us. Please, God, we ask that you protect them. Grant their commanders wisdom and discernment to guide their decisions so that the will of heaven is implanted in their minds. And God, please watch over their families and friends who live with a constant sense of concern. Though they do not wear the badge or uniform, they too are devoted and brave, supporting you who serve. God, wherever their orders take them, we ask that you shield these good people from pain and from loneliness. And may their efforts be crowned with victory and with the knowledge that we appreciate the great difficulty of their work. May we all be privileged to know the blessings of true shalom, of wholeness, of security and peace. And end with words from Psalm 121. Adonai yishmerecha mikol ra. May God protect you from all evil. Yishmor et nafshecha. May God guard your soul. Adonai yishmor tzeitecha uvoecha. May God guard your going and your coming. Ve'ata ve'ad olam. From now until forever. May God bless you. May God bless all law enforcement. And may God bless the United States of America. Together, let us say, Amen.
Thanks, Rabbi. You're freaking me out because the whole thing kept scrolling this way. We're never going to get back there. You're such a class act because you're doing it, you're seeing it happen, and you're not missing a beat. So, Rabbi Shepherd is a very good friend of ours. I met him a few years ago. We just had an instant connection, and as you can see, amazing, right? His words, man, they get me every time. All right, back to the program. Officers, you can be seated. Breathe. All right. I'd like to recognize some dignitaries in the audience today. We'll start with Mayor Liz Alpert. Thank you for coming, ma'am. Appreciate you. Commissioner Debbie Trice, thank you, ma'am, for being here. Vice Mayor Jen Ahern-Koch, thank you for being here. And I know our city manager, Marlon Brown, sends his best. He's about to retire here after 15 years of an amazing career. And we're sad he couldn't make it, but... Hey. Hey, where's Doug? Where's Doug? Let Jeff go. All right, thank you, sir, for being here. Appreciate you. 15 years of great service. And we'll have you come up here in a little bit, whether you like it or not, kind of. So you're my boss, so you can do it. Also joining us today are our legacy members. If you could raise your hand if you're a retiree legacy member from SPD. We have a member or members of our community response team. Just raise your hand if you're here, a part of that. And our partners with Crime Stoppers, are you here? Yes, thank you. Craig Schaefer, I don't think you've left yet. You can raise your hand as Assistant State Attorney. And then, of course, none other but the Honorable State Attorney, Ed Brodsky. Quickly, I'll just recognize my team that works with me every day. Deputy Chief Scott Mayford. We have Captain Dimitri Konstantopoulos. We have Captain Rob Armstrong. And we have Captain Ken Rainey. Thank you. I want to thank all the families for coming. Like I said earlier, you've raised such great, amazing people. And we've had the honor for the last 13 plus weeks to get to know some of them. And we're fortunate to bring them into our SPD family. So let me explain the process here and how this goes about. These officers have shown amazing dedication and perseverance pretty much throughout their lives, and we find that out as we continue to do their backgrounds, and we visit teachers, and we visit neighbors, etc. They then do a 5-month academy, which a 5-month academy, I'm sure family members in here and friends know it's no joke. It's very serious, it's very intensive, and then they come here, they apply, and we put them through polygraph tests, background checks, psychological tests, writing tests, the whole thing. I mean, we're looking for the full package. They then come into our AST program, and they're here for 13 weeks of extra training. Not a lot of agencies do that. A lot of agencies will just go from the academy, bring them in, put them in the field training program. We do an additional 13 weeks of in-house training to make sure that they understand our culture of our agency, our direction, and our mission. And so they are put through all that for another 13 weeks. And it used to be 4 weeks, it used to be 8 weeks, then it was 10 weeks, and now we're at 13 weeks, right, Kenny? So it's probably going to grow some more. Today I have the honor of swearing in some of our finest officers who represent the very best of our profession, and I'm incredibly proud of their hard work and dedication and the sacrifices that they've had to make to get to this point in order to serve our community. So thank you for that. I would be remiss if I didn't thank other members of our SPD family. So I'd like to start with thanking our recruiters. Enrique Nazario, right there, raise your hand. You can tell Jack is very shy, and that's why we can't get anybody to work here. We have an amazing waiting list because this is a great agency because of all the hard work that they put into it. We have our training unit. We have Sergeant Dan Weinsberg. Where are you at, Dan? All right. Next in, we have Eric Banasiak. Wave Eric. All right. Nick Dominus, our other training person. Is Lockwood here? Okay, and we have Tina Shumway. Raise your hand. She's everybody's boss. All right, and at this time I'd like to administer the oath. So officers, if you'll please stand, turn around, and face the audience. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Hereby upon my oath. Solemnly swear that I will. To the best of my ability. Uphold, protect, and defend. The constitutions of the state of Florida. And the United States of America. I further swear that I will. To the best of my ability. Enforce the ordinances. Laws, rules, and regulations. As enacted by the city of Sarasota, Florida. The state of Florida. And the United States of America. I will at all times maintain and conduct myself in a manner befitting a police officer of the city of Sarasota, upon which I am now about to enter. Congratulations, you may be seated. Okay, at this time I'm going to turn it over to the Deputy Chief, Scott Mayford. Each officer will be joined up here by a loved one, hopefully. When they get called up, loved ones, please come up. Let's take some photos. These are memories. I always tell them, you may not appreciate them so much today, but you'll appreciate them down the road. Trust me, I had a lot more hair in my photos, and I missed that hair. So I'm going to turn it over to Scott Mayford.
All right, you guys hear me? Yes. All right. I am Scott Mayford. I'd like to welcome everybody here. I'm the Deputy Chief of Police with the Sarasota Police Department. And it is my absolute honor to stand before you today to introduce and read the biographies of our newest officers. So, you guys ready? Yeah? All right, here we go. I'd like to call up Officer Michal Banasiak. Officer Banasiak will be pinned by his wife, Natalie. Are his daughter Amelia, his mother Maria, his mother-in-law Castiela, his brother-in-law Ariel, his friends Catherine, Ixie, Marson, and Abel. Officer Banasiak is 38 years old. Officer Banasiak was born and raised in Poland, where he graduated high school in 2004, and then the University of Radom, Poland, in 2007, with a bachelor's degree in physical education with a specialty in public safety. Throughout high school and college career, He played semi-professional soccer. He immigrated to the United States after college and obtained his citizenship in 2016. He received his law enforcement training from Suncoast Technical College Criminal Justice Academy. He is fluent in Polish, English, and understands some Spanish and Russian. He is part of a large and loving family, as we can see.
You don't want to do that there.
He will always be thankful to his parents for the way they raised him and his siblings with wonderful memories that will be with him forever. Congratulations, Officer Banasiak.
This is like Sears.
You know what? No, yes, thank you.
I hope you're not picking up the dinner meal. Except for checks.
I'd like to call on Officer Macy Clontz. Officer Clontz will be pinned by Leslie Chetelier, Public Service Coordinator for Manatee Technical College's Law Enforcement Academy. Officer Clontz would like to recognize your mother, Stephanie, who could not be in attendance today. Officer Clontz is 30 years old. She was born in Kentucky and graduated from South Laurel High School. She attended Union College in Barberville and played 4 years of college basketball. She received her bachelor's degree in general studies from Eastern Kentucky University. She received her law enforcement officer training from the Manatee Criminal Justice Academy. She began her law enforcement career as a civilian child protective investigator with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, and then became a sworn deputy with them. She was also part of the school board of police before joining Sarasota Police Department. Officer Clontz chose this profession so she can make a difference in her community and be part of something greater than herself. Congratulations, Officer Clontz. The call of Officer Friedrich. Officer Friedrich will be pinned by his wife, Jody Osterman. Officer Friedrich would like to recognize his son, Kyler, who could not be in attendance today. Officer Friedrich is 38 years old. He was born in New York and attended the Law Enforcement Academy in Albany, New York, where he earned both valedictorian and physical fitness awards. He started his journey working in healthcare, then as an EMT and firefighter, before becoming a police officer for the city of Albany for 4 years. He received his Florida equivalency of training in law enforcement from St. Petersburg College. His whole life, he has chosen career paths that led him to help people in their time of need. After the 9/11 attacks, he knew that he wanted to help people. He remembers sitting in 10th grade business law and seeing all the brave police officers and firefighters run towards the towers when everyone else was running away. He knew at that moment he wanted to be one of those people. Congratulations, Officer Friedrich. To call Officer Timothy Malak. Officer Malak will be pinned by his wife, Melissa. Also attending are his son Kemper and his mother-in-law, Clarissa. Officer Malak would like to recognize his parents, Tim and Phyllis Malak, who could not be in attendance today. Officer Malak is 34 years old. He graduated Antioch High School in in 2008 and became a certified EMT in 2009. He received his law enforcement equivalency training from Eastern Florida State College. He has been a sworn officer for over 10 years, beginning with the North Chicago Police Department, followed by the Key West Police Department. He stays in law enforcement as he truly believes in helping people. Congratulations, Officer Malak. I'd like to call up Officer Kaitlyn Marston. Officer Marston will be pinned by her parents, Macy Marston and Wayne Marston. Also attending, her stepfather, Jim Strawn, her stepmother, Chris Marston, her nana, Patricia Marston, and her friends, Mario Bella, Kelsey Smith, and Maya Homer. Officer Marston is 24 years old. She was born and raised in Gainesville, Florida. She graduated from Gainesville High School in 2018 and received her associate's degree from Santa Fe College in 2022. She received her law enforcement training from Suncoast Technical College Criminal Justice Academy. She has family members who served in the military and law enforcement, inspiring her to follow this path and follow in their footsteps. I'm blind.
I am too.
Take your time. Congratulations, Officer Marston. Officer Maria Quinones. Officer Quinones will be pinned by her father, Hector Quinones. Also attending is her best friend, who is also being sworn in, Kaitlyn Marston. Officer Quinones would like to thank and recognize her mother, Maria Elena Quinones, who could not be in attendance today. Officer Quinones is 31 years old. She is fluent in English and Spanish. She is a 10-year veteran of the United States Air Force, where she served as a firefighter. She graduated Cherry Hill High School in East New Jersey in 2011. She finished basic military training in 2012 and the Fire Academy in 2013. She received a bachelor's degree in 2023 from the University of Maryland. She received her law enforcement training from Suncoast Technical College Criminal Justice Academy. She aspired to become part of the military police, but during the COVID epidemic, unfortunately, training was not authorized. During that time, her contract was up, and she decided to move to the Sunshine State and become an officer. Congratulations, Officer Quinones. Officer Brian Slaughter. Officer Slaughter will be pinned by his mother, Rita Mosca, and niece, Calliope Slaughter. Also attending is his sister, Caprice Slaughter, and his childhood best friend, Dylan Finley. 27 years old. He served 4.5 years as an infantry Marine in the United States Marine Corps. He received the Good Conduct Medal. He attended the University of Tampa, focusing on business and nursing before choosing to become a police officer. He also worked in security while attending college. He received his law enforcement training from the Hillsborough Community College Criminal Justice Academy. He has always naturally gravitated towards protecting and helping people, and he started gearing his career towards nursing until he felt he could make a better impact as a police officer. Congratulations, everyone. Chief, turn back over to you.
Thank you. If anybody's wondering, my babysitting rate is $60 an hour. You can find me on all social media. Congratulations to our officers. That's just, I can't even focus on that. I'll start crying over here. What a day. What a day to have your family members come up here, take these photos. I know this has been a long time coming for a lot of you, and now it's here. So please, definitely embrace it. And now I'd like to introduce to you our guest speaker. Today we are honored to have with us an individual who's dedicated his life to the pursuit of justice and service to our community. He was inspired by a deep respect for the law, which led him to graduate from the police academy and serve as a reserve police officer, as well as with the Florida Army National Guard Military Police. He's a career-long prosecutor, having served with the State Attorney's Office for over 29 years in various roles, including as the head of the Child Sex Crimes Unit, Felony Division Chief, and then as a Chief Assistant overseeing all 3 counties of the 12th Circuit Court. Sworn in as State Attorney of the 12th Judicial Circuit in 2013, he is now in his 3rd term and continues to serve with distinction. Please join me in welcoming our esteemed guest, the Honorable State Attorney Ed Brodsky.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I think I'm going to freak out the chief here because I had to put my notepad on top of this. This is a beautiful screen. I think we're going to have to try to get these over at the state attorney's office. But it's a true honor for me to be able to be here and to be with you today to celebrate this wonderful day for all of us. So congratulations. I guess you heard a little bit about my background from the chief, and I can tell you when I was 10 years old, I wanted to be doing right there what you guys are doing. So I'm truly envious and at the same time so admirable of the work that you've chosen to pursue. But I wanted to reflect on the fact that when I was 10 years old, I wanted to be a police officer, and it was when I think about when I was 10, what was it about at that age that made me want to be a police officer? And it was really about the way that law enforcement officers made me feel, right? At 10 years old, I didn't really know exactly what police officers did, right? But I certainly saw them. They were in my presence. They drove by, and you sensed this great sense of security and protection from law enforcement officers. And at that young age, I remember having such a great sense of respect and admiration for law enforcement. And so I grew up dreaming of wearing the uniform. And as the chief said, I was a reserve police officer, attended the police academy while I was in college. Joined the National Guard and went to MP school. And while I was in college, I was encouraged to go to law school. And the thing about that experience was that I knew the day that I was encouraged to go to law school, I said, well, if I'm going to go to law school and not pursue a profession in law enforcement, there's nothing else I'd rather do than serve law enforcement and work side by law enforcement because of the respect and admiration I had. So here I stand today, 32 years with the state attorney's office and going on 12 years as the state attorney. And you know, how do police officers make me feel today? I've been in the profession for 32 years. Well, besides, you know, being nervous when one of them is behind me on the road, right? But I can tell you that the great sense of respect and admiration that I continue to have. But as we reflect on today's society and, you know, people's sentiments about law enforcement, I want you to know, how do, you know, and I ask, how do Americans feel about law enforcement? How do the citizens of this nation feel about law enforcement and this great state of Florida and right here in Sarasota County and the city of Sarasota? How do they feel about law enforcement? And I want you to know to your core that the citizens of this nation, the citizens of this state, the citizens right here where you're going to be serving and protecting, they stand with you. They stand with you. And there's always going to be that minority, right, that wants to cause dissension. But know that that's just a small minority, that everyone stands with you. And today, you've just become officially members of the Sarasota Police Department. And I want you to think about the very first time you thought about being a police officer, right? For me, it was 10. When was the first time you thought about being a police officer and achieving that dream? And then that very first time that you applied to go to the police academy, right? And the day that you were selected, how did you feel when you got that notification, right? It had to be amazing, right? To be told, hey, you've been selected, you've been chosen to attend the police academy. And some of you have other law enforcement experience, and that's amazing. But how about when you were notified by the Sarasota Police Department that they want you to wear their uniform in blue? And they'd like you to wear their badge and to represent this city. How did you feel? Had to be amazing, right? So think of the hard work that you achieved in order to get here today, right? As the chief said, it's no coincidence that you all are sitting there today. It's really because of the hard work, the perseverance, the dedication, your experiences, your life experiences, and the education that led you to be able to be in this position today. So can we give them all a round of applause? Think about how many other professions there are where there is so much profound respect and admiration than there is for this profession. You know that today and going forward, that as you go about your day patrolling this city, that people you know in this room and else in other places, and even complete strangers are going to walk up to you and thank you for your service, right? That's going to happen. People are going to thank you for the work that you do. They're going to offer you food and beverages, right, to thank you for your service. People are going to bring food and drinks to this agency. They will drop it off to this agency to show you their respect, their thanks for what you're doing. And there's going to be people that volunteer their time to this agency because they want to be able to share their respect. And it's all done as a small gesture of their appreciation for what you do to protect their families, their children, and this community. So you're now part of an elite organization. And there's no doubt the Sarasota Police Department is an elite organization. You've certainly witnessed it right here. You should be very proud of your accomplishments, but much will be expected of you, right? And you're going to be required to wear many hats. You're going to be a social worker. You're going to be a conflict mediator. You're going to be a traffic director. You're going to be a mental health counselor. You're going to be a detailed report writer. a neighborhood patroller, a medic, a fireman, and you'll be a crime fighter. Richard Nixon called police forces the real frontline soldiers. Bill Clinton, when he signed the 1994 crime bill, called police officers the brave men and women who put their lives on the line for us every day. In 2018, Donald Trump said, every day our police officers race into darkened alleys, deserted streets, and onto the doorsteps of the most hardened criminals, the worst of humanity. Everywhere you go, people are going to watch you, they're going to listen to you, and they're going to observe you. And there are many professions that you can say that that's so. Young children will look up to you and be inspired by you like I was when I was 10 years old. And sure, you will run to the sound of gunfire while others run away, but you'll do that because of your innate sense of responsibility and your desire to protect and serve. Every day you'll have an opportunity to touch countless lives. You'll help victims of crime, you'll console them, and you'll counsel them, and you'll provide safety to them. And you'll enforce the law against those that violate the law. But you'll do it with a sense of fairness, integrity, and with equal justice. Every night, your mission will be to arrive home safe and sound. And it'll be your mission to make sure that your partners arrive home safe and sound. So look out for one another and care for one another. I wish you a safe, a long, healthy, and wonderful career. If it's anything like mine, I can tell you buckle in because it's the ride of a lifetime. So cherish the moments because they go by very quickly. As the chief said, he had hair. So it goes by very quickly. And when I started, I didn't wear glasses, right? And now I can't see without glasses. So it goes by very quickly. Cherish the moments because they go by so quickly. To the families, I'm sure that you're excited to see your loved one today, and you're worried somewhat for their safety, right? We all worry for our loved ones when they're out there doing this important job. The Sarasota Police Department is a wonderful organization, and we're blessed to have them serving this city. These officers in this room look out for one another. They protect each other, and today, you all are welcomed into the SPD family. And they're going to care for you as if they're your own son and daughter. That's the protection that your members of your family, these fine officers are going to get. They're going to be treated as if they're their own son or daughter. And they're going to care for them and protect them and always look out for them. So families, love them, support them. Thank you for guiding your sons and daughters so well that they've been selected to be part of this outstanding organization. Thank you for your service today and going forward. And as your state attorney, let me welcome you to the profession. And please know that you can always count on us at the state attorney's office to be there to support you throughout your career. God bless each and every one of you and your families. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. As always, amazing words. We appreciate it. And he really, truly does mean it. We have a great relationship with the state attorney's office, always in communication, always working together, always collaborating. So thank you very much. At this time, I would like to invite some of our esteemed guests to come up and say a few words. Commissioner Troche, you want to say anything?
Well, thank you, and I just have a very brief remarks. I wanted to welcome you to the best police force in the state of Florida. I know you realize that SPD is the best because otherwise you might not have persevered through the vetting process and the training that got you to this point. So you are joining the best of the best, and I'm going to assume that you deserve to be here. And I'm going to echo State Attorney Brodsky in that the people of Sarasota appreciate you. We appreciate SPD, and we will appreciate you. We also trust you. We trust you to take care of us, the people we love, everything in the city that we care about. And we also trust you to, know when you're responding to somebody with malicious intent and when you're responding to somebody who's acting like a damn fool. So, and to temper your response appropriately. But I do want to welcome you and thank you in advance for the career that you're going to have in SPD, and, welcome.
Vice Mayor, you want to say a few words? It's your screen, you can smash it if you want.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Vice Mayor Jen Ahern-Koch, and I would like to thank you all for being here, and especially on behalf of our entire commission. Our mayor will speak in a minute, but we have two commissioners that are not here, Commissioner Batty and Commissioner Eric Arroyo. I'm sure they would be here if they could. Our city manager is here, our deputy city manager, Pat Robinson. We all thank you very much for stepping up and for serving our city. Today marks the beginning of your noble journey, one filled with purpose and commitment to serve our city and our community. To you all, you have chosen a path that demands the highest level of integrity, bravery, courage, and dedication. But the chief and his team would not have chosen you if they did not have full confidence in your ability to act accordingly, and to also act with empathy, respect, compassion, and kindness, as Commissioner Troche noted, when needed. Your badge is not just a symbol of authority, but a reminder of the trust that has been put into you by this community, by the city manager, his staff, by your chief, and by the citizens. As you did take your oath, just know, looking around this room, that you are not alone. You have a whole team with your police department, with the city commission, and with this entire city behind you and believing in you every step of the way. Today is a celebration for you, and you should all know that we also have your backs. And we are very proud to have you join the City of Sarasota Police Department. Congratulations, and thank you to your families for allowing you to serve our community. So thank you.
Mayor Albert. People's microphone.
Well, I think the Vice Mayor and Commissioner Troche said just about everything there is to say, except for a couple of things. I also want to welcome you. And I have to say, after being on the City Commission 9 years and coming to many of these swearing-in events, that this is the first time that we have almost 50% female representation. So I don't want to denigrate the males, but I'm happy that we're starting to see more and more women enter the police force as well. So that is great to see. And I was really impressed by all of your resumes of the things that you did before you came here to Sarasota, and it was clear every step of the way you were looking at ways that you could serve your community, and got tremendous education and trained yourself, in training to be able to help. And Hopefully, this will be your home for the rest of your career. It is a family. I know how Chief Troche and Deputy Chief Mayforth and all of the other senior staff here, I know how they treat our officers here, and they do treat everyone like family. And we as a commission do everything that we can to give you the tools you need to make your jobs easier, to give you the training you need and everything that, for your families and for you to keep you safe and to be able to serve our community the best way possible. So welcome. We are glad you're here, and be sure, if you need anything, call on us. Thank you.
City Manager Marlon Brown, would you please come up and say a few words? Thanks, sir.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a change that you would probably get a little chuckle out of. Instead of this being called the Sarasota Police Department, I would call it the Sarasota Police Daycare Center. So can we make that change to
We'll do it next commission meeting.
Okay. The chief did such a great job. I think you probably have to put my name.
I got like grants out there.
Rabbi, your words kind of stuck with me. The psalm that you mentioned at the end, where we hope that God will not work, but God protect these individuals from evil, God protect their souls, and God protect their coming reward. The reason I want to emphasize that is because there's one group of individuals who are here today that need a round of applause because they're given of their time to have these officers serve the city. And that's the families. So if you can give the families a round of And I know it has been mentioned many times about the families, commitment, the sacrifice that they're providing, to the city of Sarasota. But again, as was mentioned, each day or at each shift, these individuals go out. They're going and they're coming. These individuals, my hope is that they pray that these individuals are kept safe, that they're protected, and that they come back to their families in good health. So again, the families serve a very important role in terms of the commitment to this organization and people in the city. As the chief mentioned, I'm winding down on my career after 15 years with the city of Sarasota. And again, he did not recognize that I was here, but it was important for me to be here today. It was important because of what the police department for the city of Sarasota stands for. I am a resident, I live in the city, and I know what it means to sleep at night feeling protected. I know that these men and women are out there, when everyone head is on a pillow, serving to protect us, making sure that we're safe, making sure that harm does not come to us. And so it's very important that I came here today to support the swearing of these officers. I may have missed probably one or two swearing-in ceremonies in my career here. So one of the things that I really have to emphasize in terms of my commitment to the police department is getting our sworn level of officers up. We were down probably about 160 at one time, we're now to 190. And that's showing a testament and a commitment not only to our commission, not only to the leadership that basically makes those requests, but my commitment to this organization. My commitment to make sure that we have the resources and the personnel that we need to protect the city on any given day. And I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on the commission here, but I'm going to be asking for 4 additional police officers at the beginning of January, once the dust kinds of settle. So we will be up to 194. And I know the chief wants to get to probably 1,000, but it will be on my watch. It will be on somebody else's watch. But really and truly, I want to congratulate all of the officers who were sworn in today, their families, for lending us these individuals, and really and truly becoming a part of a greater family which is the City of Sarasota organization and the City of Sarasota. Congratulations, God bless you, and God bless you in terms of protecting you daily. Thank you very much.
Just a reminder, the additional 4 was recorded.
Got it.
Right, yeah. I like how you kind of shuffled that off. That was good. Yeah, I caught that too. At the end of the day, we have so much support from our city commission, our city manager, our deputy city manager. We have amazing conversations about the status of the city. What can we do better? How can we do it better? Why are we doing it this way? We're going to change it. And when we pivot, we are always supported by our commission. So really do appreciate that. Really appreciate your 15 years of service. Marlon, you've been here. You've been in the trenches with us. You've been in the Emergency Operations Center, not sleeping. There's been times when we've had some major crime going on and I'm really angry and I look at you and you're just as angry and we're both angry and we really do care and it shows that you care and you've shown that for 15 years, so thank you.
Will you still be calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I have a feeling you're going to be doing a lot of complaining living in the city. You're going to be like, oh man, go to Marlon's house. I'll come and have coffee with you at 2 a.m. So usually I go with the power of 3 and I usually have nothing planned to talk about. I kind of feed off the vibe here. And so I'm going to go with the power of 1. So we're going to go with one word and it's purpose. And I think that's very important, is purpose, because purpose is what leads us through our careers. Purpose is essentially the navigator as we go on these 5-year, 10-year, 15-year, 25-year, 30-plus year careers. And as law enforcement officers, it's so important that you understand your purpose and why you're here. And everyone should have a different purpose. All 7 of you should have. Mike should have a different purpose than Maria. And there's a reason why we've chosen you from your different backgrounds, ethnicities, area. I mean, you went to Cherry Hill High School, seriously? Man, that's tough, right? But you've had experiences in your life that have made you who you are. And we know that every individual in here has those experiences and is bringing everything different to the table. But what happens over the course of a 5-year, a 10-year, a 15-year, a 25-year, a 30-year career is officers, we lose our purpose. We do. Because we see the worst of the worst on a daily basis. So then we become like numb. And then it's like you don't care and you forget your purpose. And then you're just that police car sitting under a tree, right? You're just that car going to that call. You're looking at your watch to go home because you don't even want to be here anymore because you've forgotten your what? You've forgotten your purpose. My purpose is compassion. It always has been. But I've forgotten it at times. I've forgotten it during the course of my 27-year career. And then sometimes you have to be reminded of those things. And the people that remind you of your purpose are the people sitting behind you. They're the ones that know who you are and know who you were before you started this job. So I need your help in reminding them on a daily what their purpose is. And if you see something, like we always say something. Bring it to their attention. You know, you're changing. What can we do? What's going on? Why aren't you coming out to dinner with us? Why haven't you called us lately? Because this job does beat you up. This job creates things in your life that will live for eternity because it will always be in your head. And so you have to continuously work on your mental health, which will once again bring you back to your what? Your purpose. It's your compass. And don't ever forget that, okay? Family members, I challenge you that sit here today, what's your purpose? Everybody should be reminded of their purpose. And really your purpose can be just a small kind act to someone. Opening up a door for someone. Sending someone a card in the mail. Hey, saw you on TV the other day, great job. Saw you did a great speech the other day. Great job. But it's little things like that that really do make a difference in someone's life. And it really speaks to your purpose and what you're here for. I think sometimes over time we forget what we're here for, but we're all humans and we're here to help others. That's your purpose. So take a few minutes today, tomorrow. Send somebody a note, an email, a text message, a phone call. And just be reminded of your purpose. And officers here, again, when you're going out to those calls for service, remember your purpose. Remember that this is probably the first time they've contacted a police officer, probably in their entire life. This may be your 30th contact of the day with someone, but this is their first. So make it meaningful for them, because if it's negative because you've lost your purpose, then they will view that badge as something negative for years and years to come until they potentially have another contact with an officer that can change it, right? You're chosen for a reason, and you guys all have an incredible emotional IQ, and I know that's something we really haven't said in our business, probably in a long time, or ever, but we look at that. We look at EI, right? We look at people that are going to do self-reflection. And we know that you have that in you, but don't forget that you have it, okay? So in closing, I just ask, remember your purpose is your navigational tool that'll take you in this career a very long way. So thank you. Thank you everybody for coming. I appreciate you.